I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my gosh. 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 Hello everyone. Welcome to another live. I'm gonna be drawing for about 20 minutes or so. Um, just got done taking a little nap. Literally a little nap. I'm not gonna lie. Here's how my naps work. I just it's not even a couch or like in a chair or anything. I just lay on the ground and like put the timer up for like 15, 20 minutes and then go to town. That's what I did. I put the timer up for like 18 minutes and took an 18-minute quick nap. Um, just something to kind of like feel like I've done something. So I took a little nap and here I am. Um, here I am. What'd you call it? Doing a little live, although I'm really stuffed up. So I'm gonna be drawing for about 20 minutes, working in this area over here. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, like how things gonna pan out currently, but just chugging along. Just one of those drawings that takes such a long time to do. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it up though. I am probably gonna eventually start mixing it up really soon. I gotta wrap up this mission drawing that I'm working on, and then I'll be able to do. Then my time will open up a little bit more to do more things. Because right now I'm just kind of meeting the status quo, doing doing a live, and then doing my live and then ending. Then that's it. Like doing a quick little, and then going back to working on my commission with all my extra free time. So after this live stream, I'm gonna go and work on my commission. I'm not even gonna work on the commission per se. I'm gonna work on the studies for my commission. I'm still practicing Celtic knots. So for the commission, I'm doing Celtic knots in there, and I don't know if it's the right choice. It's just one of the choices that I kind of chose to do, and you know, it is what it is. Just building up. So one of the things I've been practicing is holding my pencil like a wand. If you may wonder why I'm holding it like this, it mitigates pencil pressure. So if you find that you have a really heavy in your drawing, you know, you might be drawing and all of a sudden like, man, why do I press so hard? And it's, you know, because you've been trained to press hard. You've been when you write words, you don't want to write words where you can't see the letters, so you press hard so the letters can be applied to the paper, you know. But drawing's a different beast. It's a beast, you know. It's a completely different beast. And yeah, it's a completely different beast. So it just takes a level of patience and willingness to spend time on a drawing. That's all it really means. Hey, how you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Sorry, I'm all stuffed up, just waking up. A little nap, here I am, doing a little bit of drawing for about 20 minutes, then get out of here. That's what I gotta do. I just gotta do a little bit of drawing and get out. Get out of here. I think the 5H has run its course, but let's go ahead and do a little bit more, one more quick little layer with the 5H, and then we're gonna go ahead and move to 3H, and then go back, slowly build up the layers. So what you're gonna see me do in every one of these layers, or every one of these areas, is I'm gonna draw lightly with a 5H, then move to a 3H, then move to an HB, and then a 2B, and get the layers darker each time. Eventually, I will be moving up to like a 4B or 6B, but that's going to be a little bit later. I still got to build up these. I got to build up layers, build up the value to a level that I find that works. But then again, I don't know. I change my mind off and on with this drawing. Like when I first started, I was telling everyone that I was going to be drawing top to bottom, but as I start working in this neck, I'm finding myself moving this way, and slowly building it up as I like move out. But what are you gonna do? You know, like I'm in my mind. I'm always changing my mind, man. I'm never quite satisfied. I don't know where I want to go. You know, it's like when you go on a road trip, you're like, where do we go? And you're like, you tell your bros or your buds where you're gonna go. Like, I don't know where I'm going. Let's just drive and then see where the car takes us, you know? And that's what it's like for me right now. It's like I'm just kind of driving and just seeing where it takes me. And for better or for worse, you know, I don't know if it's this is the correct way. I'm pretty sure there's better ways. I've said this. Where'd my eraser go? For goodness sake! I literally. Oh, there it is. It's in my pocket. I was like, I could have sworn I found my eraser upstairs that I want to use. What happens is, after my live stream, I like. All my materials or tools that I was using, so I had like a special brush and eraser. I'll put them in my pocket, and then I'll wander around the house, and then I'll like be like, "Where's my eraser that I was using for this drawing?" And then I'll go about and I'll find it in another room. Man, I'm terrible at that. I'm absolutely terrible at that. I feel like I'm always just moving things around. I can't seem to. Like some artists can keep their stuff in their spot, you know, but I'm like, I'll draw and I'll put it somewhere and then I'll put it somewhere else, and I'll get in trouble for it. People get mad at me for that. Like I'm doing it on purpose. I'm like, I'm not doing this on purpose. I just kind of get in the zone or am focused on one thing. I'm not focused on where to put my eraser or where to put any, you know. And so I just that kind of gets caught into like the afterthought of everything, you know. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You just gotta. I mean, I'll come back to it later on, but who knows? So it's developing pretty good over here. I was a little bit aggressive in some areas over here. I think I applied too much I'm not pastel, but like pencil marks in some areas. This area could be a little bit darker. Actually, a lot of it's going to get darker and darker as time goes by. As I said, as I get more comfortable with what I'm drawing and as I progress the drawing forward, these things are going to get, the value tones are going to get richer and richer, or at least I think they will. I say that, but that doesn't mean that's going to happen. I anticipate the value and the tones that I'm working on are going to get more rich, more developed. I'm assuming that the more I work on it, the better it's going to get. Sometimes when I work on a drawing, it doesn't always matter. You know, sometimes there's it's in like a funky spot where working on it, and it's moving forward, but like it's not really moving forward in the direction, not necessarily in a positive direction. It's more like it's just adding things to add things. and you think that it's going forward a little bit, and it's not. You know, so I'm just slowly adding these, trying to add. I'm trying to add the value that I see here, or at least see add the tonal change that I'm seeing without pressing too hard. I have a tendency. I'm super heavy-handed, which is probably how I have carpal tunnel. I'm super heavy-handed, and I'm trying to avoid that like to press too hard. All right. All right, so I think I'm going to move on to a different pencil. I've been using a 3H. Let's go ahead and move to an HB. But before I do that, let's have a sip of coffee here before it gets too cold. Oh, coffee. That coffee tastes terrible. Oh, yuck. All right. Now that I got that coffee out of taste the way out, we're just going to go ahead and use the HB and knock this down another tone again. Maybe even go so as, where is my eraser again? Oh, the eraser's in my pocket. It's in my pocket. It's not in my pocket. It's everywhere. Okay, kind of erase this stuff. This is what I learned. I went too heavy with the grid lines in this, and I'm not going to do that next time. So I went too heavy with the grid lines, and now they're kind of backfiring, you know. And now they're going to show through the drawing more than I want them to. But that's fine. It's all fine. It's all a learning process. It's been a while since I've done a grid drawing, so I can't be too upset over it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this HB and I'm spreading it across all the way to the neck area so that the neck area gets darker alongside with the cheek, you know, the cheekbone. And so that's what I'm doing. Just the shadow in slowly. I think there's some there we go, residue or graphite kind of smudging that area a little bit. Just got to keep moving it. Just taking this HB pencil and reestablishing the line that's happening between the cheek and the neck here and the chin so that I don't lose it. Because if I make these values too similar, I might lose that contour line. See the difference between the two. just like we're going to darken this area real quick with a 5H real quick. Just kind of build it up real slow. Not slow, but it's pretty fast, but all right. 2 more minutes and I'm going to stop for the day. Probably going a little bit quicker than I'd like to, honestly. I'm thinking I'm going a little too fast, but that's fine. Yeah, the grid is showing through a little bit more than I like it to, but it is what it is at this point. $20 and 32 seconds. I'm gonna spend more for like a minute or two, and then I gotta get going. Um, just kind of removing some of these grid lines, maybe. but not a lot. I'm not going to work a lot on it. I've already, my goal is to basically just work on it for 20 minutes at a time. 20 minutes at a time. So now I think I'm getting kind of in the groove actually. So I'm starting to make a lot of progress in a short amount of time than before. Before I was, it was taking a lot of time. Now I'm kind of understanding how I want to approach it a little bit more, and that's a good thing. But we're making some good progress. Um, just kind of moving around. I think I do a little bit better at moving around than kind of hunkering down in one spot. I can't focus on one spot. I like to build up things a little bit quicker than focusing on one spot. But anyways, I mean, that's all I wanted to do today is work on this for about 20 minutes. We're at 22 minutes. I made some good progress. Started building up some things really quickly. I think next session is going to be even quicker. I'm starting to get a feel of how I want to approach the drawing, and that's one of the things that I was trying to establish in this drawing process. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Cheers.